it's Chloe, and we're back with another Married at First Sight Season 12, Episode 13 review. You guys, and this episode was juicy, okay? So don't forget to leave your comments down at the bottom so that we can discuss it in the comment read, okay? Because if I'm sure, I can guarantee you that you guys got a lot to say, and we're going to talk about it, okay? So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, leave it down, and we can discuss it. No need to be upset. We can discuss it. I want to thank you all for joining us at the live watch. I mean, for me not to be on the screen and just to be having conversation, I think we did a pretty good job. So thank you all for joining me. If you did not subscribe, I need you to subscribe, okay? Your girl got a goal to hit. So do it. What are you waiting for? Like, don't be like Cliff and wait and wait and wait and then subscribe. Just do it now. I'm just gonna wait for you to do it. You did it? Okay, let's go. All right, let's get into this review. So it's shut down, y'all. There's no production. Everything shut down. The couples have been married way longer than they supposed to be married, okay? Because decision day done came and went. So I don't even know, like, how long they gonna be married for before they gotta make a final decision. And don't get me wrong, because we did get some final decisions already. So, like, let's just get into it. All right. So, some changes are happening, okay? Amelia done cut her hair, y'all. She done cut her hair, and I think it's really cute. I'm like, ooh, go ahead, Amelia. I like the little short dude. You know me, I like long hair, but it looks nice on her, so I'm with it. She with it, I'm definitely with it, okay? Now, Amelia and Bennett are like falling in love more and more each day. Yes, Amelia and Bennett, I love it, okay? They're genuinely in love, okay? Some will argue that, they're not in love, they're in lust, but yes, it's definitely love, okay? While they're like, talking and bonding, we find out that Amelia knows where she's going, okay? She is going to Virginia, okay? Her residency is going to be in Virginia, and like the big question is, Bennett, are you going to move with her? Are you going to move with her? We'll get to it. Trust me, we'll get to it. So we get over to Woody, and Woody's over there snoring or whatever, okay? Because Amani is recording him just snoring and snoring and snoring. And I'm just like, oh, Lord, no, not the snoring. But I've been told that I'm a snorer, y'all. I don't know. I could be, though, because I be tired. I be sleeping. So I could be snoring. I'm just saying, maybe. Yeah, I be snoring. I wake myself up snoring sometimes. So if you don't like snoring, you couldn't sleep with me. I'm just saying, okay? My husband woke me up plenty of times like, Chloe, you snoring. I'm like, oh, my bad. But it is what it is at this point, okay? And Amani is ready to let Woody know that she loves him too, okay? Even though she has been scared and fighting it, she's finally ready to give into her heart, okay? She's done with the mind and she's ready to give into her heart. So she sets up like this census thing where, to tell him that she loves him, and it's so cute, okay? They don't go into details, so I can't go into details because I don't really know what the census thing is about. I know it's like your eyes, your ears, your touch, your smell, all that good stuff. So I'm assuming it's sensual. Yeah, it's sensual. Amani tells Woody, listen, I know you a little attractive or whatever, so I know you got some hoes, okay? So let me see your DMs. And Woody's like, what? What? No. No, let me tell you something, y'all. When you go through the phone looking for something, you find something. I'm just saying, when you look for something, you find something. Now, listen, I'm going to go through your phone. I'm going to just let you know now. I go through the phone. Okay. I think I had somebody in my chat say she went through the phone and now she's single. But if that's what it takes, shorty, that's what it takes, okay? You ain't got time to be out here looking like a fool. No. Go through the phone. Go through the phone. Don't listen to me, y'all. Don't listen to me. Get yourself all in your feelings. This ain't worth it if you want to stay. Just saying. Just saying. We get over to Henry and Christina, and Henry has been busy at work because, he works at a hospital, whatever. And it looks like Henry and Christina have been bonding of some sort, of some way, of somehow. But it's Henry's 35th birthday. Now, me, I think Henry looks a little bit older than 35, but I'm just saying it's his 35th birthday or whatever. And his phone is blowing up, okay? His friends come over, they send him a cake, and it's so cute or whatever. We don't really see it. I'm assuming it's cute. We just get a little piece of the cake, okay? Cake look good. I'm just saying, I like cake. Chocolate cake though, but it still look good. Anyway, We do find out that Christina was going for a walk. A walk that lasted to 3 a.m. in the morning, to be exact, okay? So I don't know what type of walk she went for in the middle of a pandemic. I do not know. I couldn't tell you. But let me tell you something, honey. If you're going out this house for a walk, we walking together, okay? I'm coming with you. But Henry didn't go with her. She went by herself. And she went by herself and she stayed out to 3 a.m. in the morning, okay? As he tell it, he went to sleep. And he's not really sure if she even came home at all. But it was 3 o'clock. Yeah, they showed us it was 3 o'clock. So he's a little upset because, not only did she forget his birthday, she stayed out to 3 a.m. in the morning. So we're trying to figure out, Christina, where was you at? What was you doing? I need to know. I need you to answer. Let us know. We want to know. We want to know. So we get over to Miles and Carrie, okay? And Miles is over there like, this is like the real husbands of Married at First Sight, He's home. He's bored. He is so bored. And what's her name? Karen is out, going to work, living her best life or whatever the case may be. And she really not giving, Miles the attention, but she is concerned that he may be going into depression because she's not sure what that looks like, but she can tell something's going on with Miles, okay? And I'm like, yeah, you're not giving him no attention. You're not giving him no affection. He's begging you and yearning for it, and you're not giving it to him. So he's starting to shut down. Brad and Olivia is over there, and they can't find no meat nowhere, y'all. So they like, I don't know what we gonna do. We'll figure it out, though. We're gonna figure it out. Now that they've been spending time alone, Bennett is starting to realize that he hates the fact that when they're watching TV or watching a movie together, that, Olivia stays on her phone majority of the time. And this is why I say go through the phone, because I'm pretty sure if Brad go through the phone, he might find what he's looking for. Just saying. Don't go through the phone, y'all. Don't do it. Do it. Y'all, Brad decided that he was going to leave, okay? His excuse for leaving was that the cats was like, getting into fights. And he ain't got time for his cat getting scratched up. So him and his cat are moving on out, okay? Not only are they moving out, they taking all the food, they taking everything in the cabinet. He ain't got time to be sitting in that house by himself while Olivia go visit her parents, even though he told her it's not a good idea. So he packs up his stuff and he decides to move. Now Olivia comes back and Olivia's like, oh, he said he was taking a few things, not everything. He took everything, Brad. You even took the food. Brad, like, I ain't take no food. It wasn't no food in the house to begin with. I'm like, ooh. Give us the tea. Pastor Cal says, oh, we haven't been able to be in the couple's lives how we would like to be because of the shutdown and the pandemic. No, Pastor Cal, because before the shutdown and the pandemic, y'all wasn't helping these couples. Stop lying to us, okay? We know the truth, okay? We watching it, okay? Y'all not there. So don't blame it on the pandemic that y'all not there, okay? Now y'all want to come in and have a discussion because y'all could have did this via Zoom way when the pandemic happened. So I don't want to hear no excuses. I just don't want to hear it. People work from home all the time. So all this stuff that y'all found a way to have this fake decision day, didn't y'all? Y'all did. I saw it. We saw it. So don't say, oh, because of the pandemic, we couldn't be there. Yes, you could have. You wasn't there before and you're not there now. But anyway, let's move on. Dr. Pepper and Olivia are going to have their sit down and they're going to talk. And Olivia is talking about, their communication and how Brad and her don't have good communication. And she says she just doesn't understand how he's acting, like why he's acting like this, why he moved out. Like she asked him, did he want to come? And he said, no, he didn't want to come because somebody had to watch the cats. Okay, she's like, I've been living through COVID. I go to work every day. So me going to see my family ain't no big deal to me. And I can understand that because at one point, I was the same way. I'm out here, working, living my everyday life. I'm not shut down. So for me, it's regular for me to go to the store. It's regular for me to do things because I haven't stopped doing my regular, So I could kind of understand it, but you got to be, cautious of the fact that this thing is killing people. So no, it's not good for you to go do anything extra than what you have to do. So if you don't have to go see your family, then maybe you shouldn't go see your family. Call them on FaceTime, call them on Zoom, call them on Hangout, call them on WhatsApp, call them on any type of face video you can get, but you ain't got to go there. You ain't got to go there, because not only are you putting yourself at risk, you then go and you put Brett at risk, and then you also put your little kitty cats at risk. Now, why would you want to do that, Olivia? Why would you want to do that? So Dr. Pepper asks Olivia in their conversation, like, just to be clear, are you completely done with this marriage or whatever? She says she doesn't know. So Dr. Pepper's like, well, listen, you guys need to sit down and talk. Like, what do you have to lose at this point? Don't give up completely. Sit down, talk, tell him how you feel, and then maybe you guys can move forward. Now, Brad sits down and talks to Pastor Cal. Now, when Brad sits down and talks to Pastor Cal, he tells Pastor Cal, like, listen, I left because the cats were fighting, and they were scratching up my cat, and I had to go because I'm not here for it. And I'm just sitting here like, so you had to take you and your cat? Okay, yes, you did have to take you and your cat, because I was taking me and my cat too. Just saying, y'all know I love my cat. But to blame it on a cat seems real, because like you could have easily put them cats in two different rooms, close the door, let one cat chill out, close the other door, let another cat chill out, switch them, bring them in and out, whatever. They didn't have to be together all the time. So I think it's a cop-out. Brett just didn't want to be there, and that's just that. He's done with this whole situation, okay? I can honestly tell you that he's done with this. He says that they don't communicate, okay? Their communication is basically effed up, okay? They have nothing in common. He doesn't understand why they even match. They don't listen to the same music. They don't watch the same shows. They don't do anything. Their lifestyle is completely different from each other. So Pastor Cal asks him about their intimacy. And, he's kind of like, well, we kind of like, friend zoned each other a while ago, okay? And he's like, what? You friend zoned each other? And he's like, yeah, we kind of like, there's nothing really going on. We're just not clicking. We're just not clicking. So Pastor Cal asked him, like, if this was decision day, like, what would you say? If this was decision day, honestly, would you still want to go through with this? So then Brett says, we're not the best option for each other. Meaning, you guys got me all the way effed up if y'all think I'm going to stay with this woman. Y'all matched me wrong, basically, okay? We not the best option. I'm pretty sure you could have found me a better option, okay? Because she ain't it. She ain't it. But, yeah, that's pretty much what happened with that conversation. So I guess Brett kind of was like, no, no. In other words, no. It's a no for me. I was like, ooh, Brett ain't got time. So Brett and Olivia sit down and they talk, okay? So now Brett and Olivia are talking about, the fact that Brett said, I want kids now. Olivia's like, I don't want kids now. I want kids in the future. I never said I didn't want kids. Olivia, you kind of did say you want kids. Stop lying. But anyway, she said she never said that. She never said that she didn't want kids. She do want kids, but just not now, because there's things she want to do. There's places she want to go. There's stuff she got to accomplish, and kids is just not in the picture right now. Now, for Brett, he want kids. So he like, I don't know how that fits in our life, okay? Like he said, they're not the best option for each other. Olivia says she doesn't want to be a failure. In my eyes, I see it like she doesn't want to give up on this relationship because she don't want to be a failure. More so than the fact that she doesn't want to be with Brett. It's like, I just don't want to, lose at this marriage thing, okay? If it's not working, sis, it's not working. You got to let it go, okay? Like we had to tell Mindy last season, let it go. It's not working. Okay, you want to be in a relationship just to be in a relationship because you don't want failure? No, okay? Be strong and leave. You're going to drag this man through a relationship and keep being condescending and keep being, focusing on old stuff and keep trying to bring up issues and bring up issues and bring up issues and expect him to want to be in this relationship? Absolutely not, okay? He tells her, like, listen, I don't think we should do this. Okay, so they basically come to agreement that now she said they came to an agreement that they're not going to be together no more. And I think that's a lie because she didn't agree to that. That was all Brett. Brett decided that he didn't want to be in that relationship and she had to go with it. And that's just that. Now, I don't know where that leaves them because I did see them on the next episode at the retreat together. So I don't know. Somebody tell me. I thought it was over, but maybe it's not. So now, Karen sits down and talks to Dr. Pepper, and Dr. Pepper asks Karen how is quarantine affecting her, and she's like, she's been working, Mouse has been doing the cleaning and cooking and doing all these little sweet things for her. She was scared that he wasn't being his real self. Now, Dr. Pepper says, she said, so I'm listening to everything that you're saying, but everything that you're saying is all about your needs. And I said, get a Dr. Pepper. Yes, it's always about Karen needs, okay? So finally, somebody has called Karen out about her needs. I know Pastor Cal did it, but he ain't do it the way Dr. Pepper did it. Just saying, okay? She said, it's just some things that you say that I won't want to open up to you I wouldn't want to open up to you either, you know, like you're saying you're questioning his masculinity. You're saying he's not a masculine man or whatever. And then of course we get all the clips of how, you know, she thinks he's feminine and things like that. And she says that he needs to be more masculine, okay, because he's calling her sis, okay, and you know my homegirls call me sis, so I don't think that's a masculine thing for him to call me sis, okay. And I'm sitting here like, okay, he's joking, he's not really like, hey sis, what's up? He like, oh sis, you look good, like ha 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 ha, laugh it off. See, this is what I'm saying, Karen. You take everything that this man do as a joke so freaking serious, okay? The whole thing with him calling you a cougar. The whole thing with the writing the sex on the calendar. The whole thing about him calling you sis. Like, seriously, you want to make that a thing when you've been calling this man your stranger the whole time? I'm going to need you to take a seat. That's what I'm going to need for you to do, okay? Dr. Pepper says, listen, well, I'm just going to say this. I don't want you to miss out on what could possibly be a greatest man for you, okay? And she says, I'm starting to realize that he may resent me for the way that I've been acting, okay? Because she asked him would he stay married to her, and he said no, because he doesn't feel like she's putting in a lot of effort. And while she's bringing up this conversation of him not putting in a lot of effort, and he might not want to be married to her, she starts crying. And I'm like, what are you crying for now, Karen? We all been yelling at the screen telling you, get yourself together, sis, okay, for you lose your man. So now that he over here pushing your buttons and telling you like, I ain't with this, I'm done, like, get it together. Now you want to sit here and cry? Like, come on, girl, put your big girl panties on and give that man some love, okay? Everything he asks for you is free, okay? Everything he wants from you is free. He wants affection. He wants attention. It's all free. But the problem is you ain't feeling him like that, so it's hard for you to give it to him. That's what the problem is. Let's just call it what it is, okay? But now you want to be feeling some type of way because he don't want to be with you when you making it hard to be with? So we get over to Pastor Cal, and Pastor Cal sitting down talking to Mafs or whatever the case may be. And, you know, Mafs is over there like, I thought quarantine would be fun. You know, I get to spend a lot of time with Karen, but it's everything but fun. Like, it's just not fun. He's like, we're basically watching the clips of him begging for affection. Like, he's like not knowing what to do. He's walking back and forth. He's like sitting on the couch with one hand on her lap, and she's just like completely ignoring him. And it's kind of sad, if you ask me, to actually watch, okay? So then he asks his Mafs about their, you know, intimacy, like, you guys having sex? He like, no. He like, are you holding hands? He's like, no. Pastor Cal's like, do you kiss? And he was like, we have. I mean, if I ask her, if I go in and initiate the kiss, then I may get a kiss or whatever the case may be, but we're not really doing none of that. Pretty much, okay? We get to a scene between her and Mafs where she's telling Mafs, like, I feel like if I'm not falling apart in your arms, then you don't think that I want this relationship or that I'm not giving you affection. Because that's what he needs. He needs you to do something, okay? Not fall apart in his arms, girl. Hold him, give him a kiss, rub his back, okay? Touch his leg, do something. You sitting there talking about, I'm not falling apart. See, her idea of what love is or affection is all screwed up, okay? I'm telling y'all, that relationship she was in before has jacked her up completely. Even Mafs said, like, she's not ready for this, okay? Because I'm sure that she was used to falling apart in that man's arms because he was always leaving and arguing and telling her everything wrong with her, okay? So he could go have a baby on her. So when he would come back, she would be like, why would you do this to me? And falling apart in his arms. And because that's her idea of giving affection. That's not what Mafs wants, okay? That's not what he wants, sis. That's not what he wants. That's what you think he wants. And that's why you all all mixed up about this masculinity that he doesn't have, that he obviously has, okay? He says you question his manhood. Are you crazy? You question his manhood and you think he's going to want to stay with you? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Then Mal says that he's not sure if he wants to, continue to invest in this relationship if he's not getting a return. And I completely agree. Why invest in a relationship if you're not going to get anything in return? Okay, you invest in something, you expect a return, okay? Makes sense to me. So I don't know why she acting like she confused. Pastor Cal asks Miles, does he still want to be married? And he's just like, I don't know. Okay. And that's the last that we see at that scene. And I'm just sitting there like, Miles, you're torn because you like her. She's attractive. Okay, you feel like there could be something, but she's not doing all that she should or could be doing. And that's what's causing y'all disconnect. Okay, y'all disconnecting because you're investing and she's not. Okay, you're investing into her and you're getting nothing in return. And that's the problem. You're giving. She's taking. And there's nothing going on at all in the middle, in the mix. Nothing. Just saying, okay? So now it's time for Miles and Karen to sit down, and Karen's telling him, like, I understand why we've been mad. She tells him that she's going to give him more what he needs, okay? More affection, more attention, because now she's about to lose her Miles, and she ain't beat, okay? So she's like, I'm going to try to give you what you need. I know that half the problem is me, okay? I know that, like, at least 90% of the problem is me. Yes, Karen, 90% of the problem is you. Give that man some affection and attention, and that's all it's going to need, okay? He's just like, I just want to have fun with you. Like, I just want to have fun with you. Everything ain't got to be so intense and so serious, okay? Everything don't have to lead to sex just because I want to give you a hug. Whoo, they work on me, okay? They work on me, but I guess they came to a resolution, okay? They going to come to it where she's going to try to do better, okay? And he's just going to, accept her trying to do better. Even though Karen has been trying to do better for the last, 12 episodes? 13? Maybe 14 we'll get it. Maybe 14 we'll get the do better part. Because I'm tired of trying. I need her to do better, not try. I'm over it. I'm over her. Kind of. But I still want them to work. It's weird. It's a weird situation, y'all. It's a weird situation. So now we get over to Amelia and Bennett's, little situation, okay? And Dr. Pepper sits down with Amelia and her are talking, and they're like still on this love train, okay? And they're just so happy, and he's spoiling her with attention and affection. What Miles went from Karen or whatever the case may be, okay? But anyway, they doing good over there, okay? But they do have a little problem, y'all. And the problem is basically that, she wants kids. She wants kids like now, but he doesn't want them like now, okay? They like going back and forth about having babies, okay? Amelia wants to stay at home dad, and we come to find out that that's not what Bennett wants, or whatever the case may be. She asks Amelia, does she want, him to move with her when she goes to Virginia? And she's like, I feel like that's a lot to ask from him, or whatever the case may be. And Dr. Pepper's like, well, you guys are married. You need to tell him what you want, okay? That's your husband. If you want him to come with you, tell him you want him to come with you, okay? Okay. Like, I don't know why, even if, he will have to make a decision regardless. But it doesn't hurt to tell him that you really want him to join you. I think that's what she needs to do. And I think she's scared to do it. But nonetheless, she's going to have her conversation with Bennett, okay? But before that, Pastor Cal and Bennett sit down and they talk, whatever the case may be. Now, Bennett is telling Pastor Cal, like, look, she want to have babies now, but I want to be financially stable. So I guess Bennett being that house husband that he said he was going to be is not what he really want to be, okay? Because he feels like, if I'm going to bring kids in this world, I need to be a provider, okay? Not just, stay at home and cook and clean and do all this other stuff. I want to be financially stable. And I'm like, okay, now we're getting to see a real side of Bennett where it's like, this isn't all about, this isn't all about me staying at home and you bringing home the money. No, it's not that, okay? Of course, I want to, spend time with our children and things like that, but I'm a man and I want to provide and I want to protect like I'm supposed to. And there ain't nothing wrong with that, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But the problem is that Amelia doesn't think that that's what you want. She already made up her mind that she wants a stay-at-home husband, and that's not what Bennett's gonna be. But they sit down and they talk about it away, whatever the case may be. And she's like, I don't want you to regret having children and feel like you didn't get to do the things that you want to do. And he's like, you know, she's like, I want you to be happy. Like, oh, we're having a baby. Yes. So if that means we got to wait, then I'd rather wait till it's a perfect time for both of us to have kids. And I was like, look at them communicating and making it all, you know, making it through. She then asks him, you know, about the whole moving situation. And he's like, okay, so I made up my mind, and I've decided that I'm going to split time between here and Virginia, okay? So basically, she's like, you're coming with me? Yes, like, yes, I'm so surprised. I'm so happy. And I'm like, y'all already knew Bennett was going to Virginia, okay? He wasn't letting his Amelia go to Virginia by herself, not all the time anyway, not for a long period of time anyway, okay? That means if he got to go there for a couple of months and come home and see his family, then he'll do that. But he going where his wife going, and that's just that on that. Period. I love me some Amelia and Bennett. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, y'all. It's time for Christina and Henry, y'all. They funny. I can't with Christina and Henry, okay? So now Dr. Pepper, you know, sits down to talk to Christina, y'all, okay? And she asks Christina, you know, like, so what problems are you guys facing? What complications are you guys facing, okay? And Christina says it just feels like he always has a reason to leave, okay? It feels like he always has a reason to leave. She says that he leaves and he goes to the store all the time, at least twice a day. And when he goes to the store, you know, he doesn't bring her any flowers or her favorite food. Like, what are you going to the store for if you're not going to think of me when you go, because you're passing all these things? And I'm just sitting here like, first of all, it's a pandemic. Everything shut down. That's one. I'm sure he's not seeing no flowers, even though you think he walking by the flower shops was probably closed because it's a pandemic, just saying. But anyway, yeah, she's upset because he's not getting her no flowers. And I'm sitting here like, so you think he always find the reason to leave, Christina? Are you the same girl that was just like, you know, staying out, talking about you going for a walk and never came back home till like 3 in the morning? And he the one finding the reason to leave? Okay, Christina, whatever you say, girl, you got it, all right? You got it, all right. So Dr. Pepper asks her, like, do you think it's him? Or do you think it's you? And she says, like, I'm just going to say this. I know we both have things we could work on. And I'm like, yes, you both have things to work on. It's you and him, okay? It's both of y'all. I agree. But anyway, Dr. Pepper says, have you been open and vulnerable with him? And she's like, I have. In the times that I have been vulnerable with him, it really seems like he cares, okay? So Dr. Pepper's like, so why don't you guys, next time you talk, why don't you hold hands? You know, that can sometimes make you feel vulnerable and make it seem like you care, and that can break the disconnect. So next time you guys are having a conversation, hold his hand and talk to him. He may need that. And I'm like, Dr. Pepper knows that he has, you know, those, you know, problems or issues, I should say, when it comes to, you know, holding hands and talking. So, I mean, like, you know, talking and look at her in the eyes. So maybe that's why she said hold his hand, like grab his attention. So I can see that working for Henry, but Henry don't want that from Christina. I know that. We know that. Everybody know that. Just saying. But anyway, so now Henry is over there talking to Pastor Cal, and he's telling Pastor Cal, like, we don't have nothing in common. Like, it's just awkward. Every time we're sitting there, like, we'll sit in a room for hours and barely talk to each other, okay? And he says, I have noticed a pattern of her dishonesty, okay? She lied about where she's living, okay? The time when we were supposed to go, you know, pick things up from our houses, her stuff was in a car. Like, I don't understand. Like, do you have a place to live? He didn't say that, but that's what he was thinking. Like, do you have a place to live? Like, where you live at, girl? But anyway, he says, like, even the other night, she said she was going to walk for a walk, but she was all dressed up. I mean, she was about to go to the club. Makeup done, dressed out, you know, dressed all up, ready to, you know, step out. And he was like, okay, well, I guess if you're going for a walk like that, I guess you're going for a walk. And he's like, I stayed up to 1 a.m. in the morning and she didn't come home by 1 a.m. I'm not even sure if she came home. But we know she came home at 3 o'clock. So Pastor Cal asks him, like, well, have you said anything then? Have you said anything? And he's like, well, no, because I can't. And he's like, yes, you can. You just said it to me. You can do it. The same thing with her. And he's like, I just don't know. And he's like, well, can you do it? He's like, I just don't know if I can do it. I'm going to need Henry to grow some balls, okay? Tell Christina, get it together, and it's not all you. Yeah, do that. Anyway, so now it's time for Christina and Henry to sit down and talk, okay? Now, when Christina and Henry sit down to talk, Henry's like, listen, you've been dishonest. I know there's some things you've been dishonest about. You said you live in a, what is it called? The CBD. I'm not really sure what that is. Or Airbnb. But, like, I don't know where you live. Like, you've been lying about that, okay? He's just, like, basically calling her out. He, like, you said you was going to your friend's house the other night to go help move furniture, whatever the case may be, and you never came home. And she's over there because he's calling her out. Now she has to bring on the tears, okay? She's like, it just feels like you don't want me, okay? Like, you just don't want me. And I'm just sitting here like, oh no, he doesn't want you because you don't make it easy to be wanted, girl. That's what it is, okay? So then she's like, I just don't see the point in this. And he's like, well, I don't want to give up. And she's like, well, I don't know. I mean, it's just going to have to be a no thank you. No thank you. So I don't know if the no thank you meant that they not going to be in this relationship no more, or whatever the case may be. But that's how they ended it. She was just like, no thank you. Like, I'm bowing out. That's what I got from it. Is that what y'all got from it? So are we going to say that Christina and Henry are over? Because I did not. Now, I did not see them at the retreat. Or did I? No, I don't think I did. Let me know if y'all saw them. Maybe they really over. Might be. So now it's time for Amani and Woody's turn to talk to the Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal, okay? So now Amani sits down with Dr. Pepper and she's, telling her like how they're so similar and like they passed the love stage. Like I told him I love him. He told me he loved him. He told me he loves me and things like that. At this point, they're in love. They're just trying to figure out how to stay in love, okay? They start discussing the argument about the DMs because it goes down in the DMs or whatever the case may be. Now, Amani said she had a feeling. Now, I'm trying to figure out, did you have a feeling or did you just want to make it a joke? Because if you had a feeling, then that means you was really looking. Now, if you was just joking, then it's a joke. But I don't know, Amani. I'm a little confused. I need you to clarify for me, okay? So she does say that, she was like, I told him, like, do you got, you a good-looking guy. Let me see your DMs. I'm sure you got girls in your DMs or whatever the case. And she feels like because he got defensive and started an argument with her, that he's hiding something. And I'm like, yeah, that's what it sounds like. That's exactly what it sounds like if you ask me. But that's just the woman in me, okay? He felt like it was invasion of privacy when we get to him. That's what he said. But we as women got a different idea. Y'all see my cat back there playing with the say hi. She extra, y'all. She extra. I don't know. I'm gonna put it down. But she doing the most. Bye. But anyway, let's get back to this review. But overall, they communicated about the argument that they had and they moved past it, okay? Amani says that, they also discussed, like, she wants to wait to have kids. She doesn't want to have kids immediately, and he does, okay? So that's another issue that they, having, okay? So Pastor Cal and Woody are talking to each other, and they're talking about, how Woody and Amani are so in love and everything like that. And they also talk about the argument that him and Amani had, and he's saying, like, listen, thought it was she was invading my privacy. I didn't understand what was the point of it. Like, it just took me off guard, but we talked about it. We got past it or whatever, and we moved on. Now, they also discussed the fact about, her not wanting kids right now. He wants kids. And he says, like, I don't care. Like, I'm not going nowhere. Like, if I didn't love my wife, I wouldn't even be talking about having kids with her, obviously. So, like, when she's ready, I'm ready. It is what it is. So Pastor Cal, like, well, are you using, protection? And you got a raincoat on, you got a little covering or whatever the case may be. And he's like, yeah, we having protected sex. No, y'all not, Woody. I know. But anyway, I'm just going to let you live. I'm going to let y'all live because y'all married. Y'all do what y'all want to do. But just know that if you don't wrap up, you're going to end up with that baby, even whether she wanted or not. And I'm just saying that. And that's just that on that. But anyway, Pastor Cal's telling them, like, listen, it's easy to fall in love, but you guys have to work on communicating and making sure that it's strong, because the same way everything is going good now, it can easily go the other way, okay? So you guys have to keep working. And I'm just like, yeah, but they can do it. I mean, I think they can do it. It seems like they've been communicating really well. Just my opinion. Now, Woody and Amani sit down to talk, and Woody is like, he is like, telling her like, I want babies, but and she's like, well, I want a puppy. You get a baby when I get a puppy, and he like, no, we're gonna wait on the puppy, and she's like, well, we gonna wait on the baby, and then they both decide that. So wait for the baby and then get the puppy. Cool, whatever. Y'all figure it out. That's your life, okay? Y'all can do it. But he does say something that he's scared that he won't be what she needs. And Amani reached over and she said to him, you are enough. And I said, girl, that's right. Nurture your man. Let him know, like, you don't have to be anybody but yourself, okay? You are enough for me, and that's all that matters. And my whole everything was like, I'm here for it, okay? Black love in the building, period. Y'all, then things got a little strange out of nowhere. It got really, really strange out of nowhere, okay? So, Henry says that Christina hasn't really been around, okay? And then she came home and she said that she got a text message, and she got a text message from somebody who told her that Henry had a boyfriend that he was dealing with, okay? And he asked to see the text, that he still ain't see the text. I said, ooh, this is juicy. This is juicy, okay? But y'all, I'm gonna save that little last bit for an extra video, okay? So make sure y'all look for the extra video. Turn your notifications on, because the extra video is coming. Because if he actually does, have a boyfriend or whatever the case may be, this gonna be interesting. But anyway, you guys, thanks for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later with my second part of this review. Christina and Henry, is he gay? Dun, 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 dun. Peace.